Well, 400,000 per 50. So do the math. Yeah, but see, the thing is, I can say the same thing, but I don't know a single person that'll do 7 million worth at 350. Like, whenever I've done big chunks, like big chunk imports, they always hit it at 400 because at the end, like, I don't know, after 500 bits, when you go up to someone and ask them, bro, most 99.9% of people can't even or won't even do that. There's only a very like, I don't know, I can count maybe what's it? All right, bye. Too late, Sonny. Too late.
But yeah,
Late to buy that house.
I don't want to be a gang member at the same time. I want to be a criminal, you know? Criminal. That's all.
Yeah, there's no such thing. You're either a future gang member committing crime in the streets, or you are a civilian. Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
As a
Oh,
civilian, you cannot. Well, I guess you still can as a solo person, but I don't know how you're gonna solo rob a big bank.
I know, right? I don't know how to rob a bank either. Like, I think
Or
cops
let
will
alone a
barge
big bank. How are you
in.
gonna solo rob a fucking gas station?
Uh,
Like,
Oh, yeah, forget about bank. Like, you can't solo rob a store. Even a store, you can't do it. You need at least second person.
so pretty
Okay.
much all of the crime things that you can do that pay you money are meant for gangs and gang affiliates and associates and this, that, and the third.
Yeah, I guess so. Let me
Running
ask you this.
Oxy, stores, big
Uh,
bank jewelry,
Let me ask you this. I
drug
have
runs.
two ideas now. Suppose how many people make a gang? Suppose two people do these things. Are they gang now? Or no?
Well, yeah, that like you said, you were part of a two-man gang.
So it's a gang. Oh yeah, it was
Mm-hmm.
a gang. Yeah, yeah. He was
Yeah,
recruiting by the.
yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
okay.
So
Now, yeah,
in
go
the
ahead.
eyes of the government, they see us as trying to take advantage of some kind of loophole of doing gang activities while still enjoying the perks of being a civilian and so on and so forth. So for that very reason, anything other than like dissolving the group or becoming a gang, like,
But
there was no middle ground there. Like,
I'm
and
gonna
that's why
faint. Let's go to gas station. Let's walk. Walk with me. I'll talk.
that's
So the
that's
thing
why
is, yeah.
I've never wanted to be in a gang, so that's why I left instantly.
Okay, okay. So let me ask you this. Question is, just doing bank stuff and all that, people become a gang member? Even what if we don't fight with people? Are we still gonna be
No,
gang?
it doesn't matter. If you're an organized group of people committing crime, then they want you to either be looking to become a gang or already a gang. When I say a gang, I don't mean like official or anything, but like you talk to the Godfather, you let him know you're a gang, that you're forming, you're recruiting, like blah blah.
I see.
You make your
I think
intentions
uh,
clear.
I think they just wanna have it in the books, who are people who are doing something.
Yeah.
They want to write it in the books and they want to have some positive or negative. For example, our reputation are ruined. So that kind of impact on us. Hmm. Let me see if I
But
can
yeah,
ask questions now. Anyways,
Some
so
some people I know are saying, "Why don't I become a cop?" And I told them I made it clear I don't want to join a fucking gang. Like, what the fuck?
you think cops are gang? Cop is a
They're the biggest
gang.
gang in the city.
Uh-huh. I mean, who have a
The
badge, who
most
can
the
do
most
whatever
well
they want.
supplied, best equipped, like gang in the city.
Yeah, I know, right? Like they can do whatever they want, and no one gonna do anything about it, right? Like if they wanna kill someone, they can do it. Oh, he was reaching. That's
Are
all
you
they
kidding
had to
me?
say.
I've been in a car getting hit by another car while an officer hopped out with an automatic and started shooting down my fucking car. Oh yeah.
Oh, that's sad. Sorry. Awesome, awesome. Okay. Well. Yeah, I can't do anything then. How about this? What if I rob a store with GSF today and I rob a bank tomorrow with Varsity, and day after tomorrow I rob something else with some other gang member? What about that option?
I don't know.
Can I cut corners like that then? I mean,
You're
organizing?
asking the wrong fucking person. Like I said, I don't I don't care about whether you like any of that rules or shit. I walked away from that whole situation completely. The
Mm-hmm.
biggest crime that I'm gonna be committing going forward from this point is collecting fucking crypto coins and stealing cars and speeding. Occasionally
Okay,
shooting somebody for trying to steal my car.
I see,
Like
I see. Okay.
if in order to participate in crime in the city, you have to be planning to or looking to or your goal is to become a gang member, then fuck crime.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like it's not like it's all that enjoyable or profitable or any of that shit anyway. And you have to deal
Mm-hmm.
with W fucking cops when you try to rob anything, and then you walk away with fucking literally nothing for a 5-man crew. Like I can make that much in an hour and a half working at some restaurant. I can make that in an hour flying a helicopter. Like what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to talk about, well, you don't do it for the money, you do it for the fun. What fucking fun? From the moment you start planning the fucking heist till the moment you nearly get away, it's all fucking salt and stress. Like what the fuck?
It depends though. Some people like it. For example, if you'll ask me, hey, go ahead and do some. I mean, if I want to get money, easy money, like not me. Suppose someone wants to earn money, they can do mining, lumberjack, tailoring, anything, right? To do that kind of stuff. Now, what I want to do is, I don't want to do those things. I want to rob bank. The negotiation
Well,
that
then
takes
join a fucking
place.
gang. That's it. Like they made it clear, Bella. Like the line is drawn. You either walk away from crime and become a civilian and rely on the law, or you fucking become a criminal gang member. It's it.
Okay. I
Like
guess
literally, I'm
I.
telling you, these are the exact words that were said at meeting.
Mhm.
Like if
What
you're
if I
solo dolo, it's one thing, but I don't know what the fuck that even means.
if I can't even drop anything? If I'm solo dolo, my hostage gonna
Yeah,
run away if I do that.
exactly. So you can't. Like it's literally like the lines they removed any and all gray zone in there. If you like, let's say you're a fucking civilian and someone like injures one of your friends, you can't go help your friend and
Help
then both of
him.
you go track down the person that did it to you. That right there is an act of apparently in some way being a gang member. You can't retaliate.
Mm.
You have to defend your life. If you get injured or your friend get injured, then you have to go down to the PD and talk to the fucking cops, file a report that'll go fucking nowhere, nothing will happen to. Like that's about as real as it gets. That shit happens out there in the Matrix 24/7. So that's what they want you to do. To get lost in the bureaucracy as a civilian.
Yeah.
Like
Mm,
fuck robbing anything else. Just that simple action of retaliation is seen as someone who's a criminal aspiring to be a gang member, whatever you want to call it.
I guess I can be a criminal then. Okay.
Yeah, that's you either a gang and then you do crime, or you're in a gang and you do crime, or you're not in a gang or associated or affiliated in any way and you live your fucking civilian life, which entitles you to doing a whole bunch of freaking grindy jobs and working at a restaurant, or I don't know what it entitles you to, like owning property, starting businesses, I guess all that shit. Well, not even that, because gangs members and people can own properties, they can start businesses, own businesses. So like the civilian turf is very small. You just get to be a victim all the time. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, you tell me, why did you grow your beard though? It's been long time.
Mm.
You good?
Yeah. Just let my beard grow.
Okay. Okay. I just thought you're changing appearance to hide.
No.
Okay.
Fucking just in a different mood, different vibe. Went from
Mm-hmm.
and at the end of the day, like, well, what does it really matter whether the pawn cares where it is on the chessboard, right?
Yep.
But regardless of what piece you may be on the board of life, we all end up in the same box.
Yep. Yeah. It's really sad. Then I guess, yeah, I know my path. I'm not joining
Yeah,
gang. No.
I'm not. Are you like? If I wanted to join a gang, I would have done so a year ago when I got invited into families that had power. No, I'm not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The only reason, like, I said yes when Jack and fucking Billy came and talked to me about joining the crew was because literally it was on a per job basis. I would get paid. I didn't have any affiliations or connections or loyalties to any of them. You know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, same thing.
But
Same.
then it just started kept. Yeah, then it just kept getting weirder and weirder and weirder until it got to the point where like we were beefing fucking three families at once.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then like not I'm like this is something that like we were told this in when a while ago that we needed to either decide to be a family or not or whatever the hell's come up with colors, decide on our logo, a name, everything. We were given weeks and no one everybody just blew it off, said this, said that, and then when it came to a head, it, like people were acting like what where is this coming from? Motherfucker, we had weeks to decide. Like we had weeks to figure out a fucking mask or a color or an outfit or a symbol. Like they told us this shit, and people just went along with, "Oh, it's okay to not wear masks. It's okay to not do this or do that." What the fuck? Why are we out here obeying rules of a gang like three cars, five people, when we're obviously not a fucking trying not to be a gang or fucking? It's that like we were like you heard about it, right? About them being talked to about we needed to be a family or this, that, or color, like we need to pick a mask or something, you know? Like that was floating around for
I
weeks.
I heard about it, but then they said no, it wasn't something if they come again, and they never got the call or something. I think so. So yeah. I was never there in any kind of meeting or anything like that. I was never there. But I did hear them. I did hear we were choosing the name of, in future for future, choosing the name. But I already had decision that I was gonna make. Like once we choose that path, I'm not following. Already no. Don't wanna be in a gang. I don't wanna wear a mask. Suppose there's a cop in pillbox now. I have to wear a mask. I don't wanna wear a mask.
So in a way, my intuitions were right from the very beginning, which is that I don't have that. I don't first, I don't find enjoyment in it, and second, I don't see the now, especially having experienced a little slice of it. I don't see the point of it. The whole gang life, family. Like I get it. You have a bunch of people to hang out with, people to do stuff with, this, that, and the third, run around and shoot, loot, and scoot with. But what are you really doing? Spending months shooting at stuff, building stuff up, only to get it taken by cops? Like you're just going in circles.
Yep.
I
Yeah.
got to be doing circles. It's gonna be a circle of my own design. Like it ain't gonna be constantly like clashing into people, losing this, losing that, like spending hours grinding shit out only to have it taken by an organization that wouldn't return it if I needed it. Fuck that.
I mean, Jack, Bill, they already know that I don't want to be in a gang. That was the reason I was here. My intentions are always clear. Like, I don't want to be in a gang. A group of friends, people. I understand. I'm fine with that. But don't want to be in a gang.
Yeah, but in in the eyes of the organization, I mean, in the eyes of the structure, any grouping of people with any level of organization is seen as a gang.
Yeah, people, I got it. The only thing you can do is being solo and do your stuff. That's it. I
Which
mean, you can
which pretty
serve
much
the. Yeah, go ahead.
like, and there's even a limit to that. Like for instance, like once you hit 10 million in your bank account and you own like all the cars that you could ever want to own, houses that you could ever want to own, you plateau out. And I plateaued out a couple of months ago when I had just, I don't know, any, like every house, like a year and a half ago, I arrived in the city with pretty much nothing, knew nobody, and I started dating some girl, went around, looked at houses and stuff, and I was like, when people go to properties and they're like, "Oh man, one day I'm gonna own this." Well, every property I've done that to, I own. Every business I've ever wanted to run, I have run it in some way, whether through ownership or management. Fucking started my own business that to this day makes me more passive income than most people make in a day. And I plateaued. I was just like totally like zonked on what to do. And this opportunity came along to explore an avenue of myself in the city that I had never had, which was to be a part of a heist crew, to do something that not only jeopardized my freedom but also my name. If I had known then that all that was going to lead to was a bunch of heartache and eventually being forced to either be a gang or walk away, I don't know if I would have ever started down this road. Because like I said, in the time I was doing all this gang shit, I let a lot of my life just slip away. Relationships turned to dust, fucking.
You shouldn't do that.
Well, no, like that it was personal choices that I made, but at the time I wasn't armed with the full information. I thought that we truly could be a heist crew that dissolves back into the populace, serves you your dinner, and like fucking works at the bar and listens to people talk about valuable things, and then goes and heists them with the crew in the dark of hours. Like, and here's the weird thing. You want to know like something that kind of like, have you read any of the old newspapers from the city? Like the
No,
really like the first newspaper. It talks about
no.
like a couple of people that like robbed a Federal Reserve and stuff. One of the gentlemen, well, a couple of the gentlemen actually lived in this city. Lester lives over there, and Michael used to have a house up in the hills. The newspaper said, Like the original newspaper story was of a group of people who had no relations to each other than the fact that they came together to rob something.
Mhm.
So the very fact that like some of the oldest crime foundations in the city start with one person who had the plan, hired one guy who brought on two more people with him, and then as a heist crew, they took down a big prize. You know, and
Mhm.
then years later, like one of the heist crew members is old as shit and has a child and lives here in the city. Like that, if you follow that newspaper article through, you'll realize that the original crime documentation in the city starts out with exactly what we were. And the
I
fact that that
know.
right there is not allowed in any way other than being a gang, like, it throws me a bit.
I know. The thing is, when I thought like, what's the difference between a gang and a group of people? Now, a group of people are the people who rob stuff like a bank, store, big bank, anything like they rob stuff. Now, a gang member are the people who owns places like, hey, this is my turf. When they say this is my turf, hey, I understand that, I mean, yeah, I understand that. This is their turf. They protect, they do whatever they want. It's their gang, stuff. They beef each other, they try to kill because hey, that gang is trying to get this place, they are trying to fight for it. Understand that beefing
Yeah,
with
but
each other.
see,
Yeah.
you're talking about traditional structures. None of the traditional structures function in the city.
Yeah, that's what
Like,
I thought. That is
there's
the
no
difference, you know.
no, no, no. So traditionally, yes, you're talking about it right. But in this city, in order for gangs to get any money, they need to commit crime, and the crimes that
No,
they can commit that make them money is like robbing bank, robbing big bank, robbing a store, robbing people, like doing drug runs, doing oxy, like driving around selling oxy to people.
no, don't get me wrong. Like, if a gang member wants to earn some money, now, how can he earn money? That's the question. One, yes, they can actually rob stuff too. They can rob banks too, but at the same time, cops will know, hey, it was, suppose, it was this Bella's gang, not Bella's, I don't want to actually say that. Suppose it's some like like gray people gang, and then they can raid them, they can find their places, they can do those things, but it's cops. But gang actually knows that, and they're they already know that. Like, I don't know, I still think that is different from civilians. I mean, civilian criminals. I still remember when you remember when I don't think you actually joined. First time when we robbed Big Bank, someone picked me up and they asked me, "Who are you guys? What do you guys call yourself?" I'm like, "We are no one. We are a bunch of civilians." And then the person was so mad. He was like, "So you're telling me bunch of civilians just robbed biggest bank in city?" I'm like, "Yeah, I think that's what I'm saying." He didn't like the answer. And I think I understand his answer now because, hmm, I think he didn't know that. I think he cut too
Well,
many
fella,
corners.
it was nice talking. I just came in to check my messages and stuff. I'm gonna go back to sleep real quick.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm gonna go to sleep too, to be honest. I just came in to check messages too, to see
And we
what's
ended up
going
sitting here
on.
for an hour.
I
All
know,
right, well,
right? I
you
may
take care of
wanna,
yourself.
I wanna go to video, at least get some leaves. But I can't even afford food, okay, with $3 paycheck.